A rather strange object is drifting through the cosmos. The James Webb Space Telescope has captured images that leave even top scientists puzzled.
Something is wrong with Comet 3I Atlas. Deeply wrong. The James Webb Space Telescope, our billion-dollar eye on the universe, has just sent back its first detailed analysis of this interstellar traveler, and the results are setting off alarm bells. This is no ordinary comet.
This is the first time something like that is observed, where there is a glow ahead of the object towards the sun.
We're going to show you evidence of its impossible chemical composition, a movement that defies physics, and a strange signal it seems to be broadcasting. The thing nobody tells you is that some of the top minds in astronomy are struggling to explain it. The truth of what's happening out there is much worse than you've been told. Webb's terrifying discovery. The James Webb Space Telescope wasn't designed to hunt for monsters, but it may have found one. When astronomers turned its powerful infrared gaze towards 3I Atlas, an object that wandered into our solar system from the vast emptiness between the stars, they were expecting to confirm what they already suspected, that it was a comet. A little unusual, sure, but a comet nonetheless. What they found instead has sent shockwaves through the scientific community. To put it mildly, the data is just plain wrong. It describes an object that, according to our understanding of the universe, should not exist. This isn't just a minor puzzle. Many people are crazy about the possibilities this opens up. It's a full-blown crisis in cosmology. A discovery so profound it forces us to question the very nature of what flies through the cosmos. The truth of what Webb saw is more unsettling than anyone could have prepared for. Let's start with what it's made of, or more importantly, what it's not made of. When Webb's near-infrared spectrograph broke down the light coming from the cloud of gas and dust surrounding Atlas, known as its coma, it found something that made jaws drop. The spectrum showed strong, clear lines of metallic nickel. That's odd, but not impossible. The real shocker? There was virtually no trace of iron. This is a massive red flag. In every natural object we have ever studied in our solar system, asteroids, comets, meteorites, nickel and iron are cosmically linked. You see, they're forged together in the hearts of dying stars. For every 1 part nickel you find, you should find about 15 parts iron. It's one of the most consistent ratios in astrophysics. Yet, in 3I Atlas, the iron is missing. It's like finding a car made entirely of rubber, with no steel. It's a chemical signature that has no known natural origin and points more towards an industrial refining process than a cosmic snowball. But not all things are what they seem, and the weirdness was just getting started. The thing nobody tells you is how this object is behaving. It's active, meaning it's shedding gas and dust, at a distance of nearly 600 million miles from the sun. At that bone-chilling distance, water ice, the engine of most comets, is frozen solid. So, what's causing the activity? Webb found the answer: an enormous amount of carbon dioxide pouring off the object. The ratio was an astonishing 8 parts carbon dioxide to just 1 part water. This is one of the most extreme ratios ever measured, suggesting it came from an incredibly cold place, far colder than the birthplace of our own solar system's comets. But this incredible outgassing leads to another, even bigger problem. All that gas should be pushing the object, causing it to accelerate in a predictable way. But 3I Atlas is moving in a way that defies that logic entirely. It's accelerating far more than the gas jets can account for, pushed by an unseen force. Over a period of just 72 hours, its velocity increased by a noticeable 0.12 meters per second squared. It's a tiny number that represents a colossal, unexplainable mystery. It's a ghost in the machine, a force that simply shouldn't be there, pushing this interstellar traveler off its path. And what many overlooked is where this story was heading next. This object's impossible chemistry and physics-defying movement are just the beginning of this cosmic mystery. A comet like no other. Before the James Webb Space Telescope revealed the truly bizarre nature of 3I Atlas, it was simply a curiosity, a faint speck of light on a long journey. Its story began in the summer of 2025, when a network of telescopes in Chile designed as an early warning system for Earth-bound asteroids, flagged something unusual. This system, called the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS, is what gave the object its name. The 3I designation is scientific shorthand. The I stands for interstellar, and the 3 means it was only the third such object ever detected. At first, it was just another data point in a vast sky. But astronomers quickly realized this was something special. Its path was not a gentle, looping ellipse like the planets and asteroids of our own solar system. It was a hyperbola, a sharp, open-ended curve. That trajectory was the smoking gun. This object was not gravitationally bound to our sun. It was a true outsider, a tourist from another star system, just passing through. The discovery sent a ripple of excitement through the astronomical world. We had seen 2 interstellar visitors before. The first, Oumuamua in 2017, was a bizarre, cigar-shaped object that also accelerated mysteriously and showed no visible coma, leaving scientists baffled. The second, 2I Borisov in 2019, was more familiar, behaving much like a typical comet from our own Oort cloud. So, what would 3I Atlas be? An oddball like Oumuamua, or a conventional comet like Borisov? The initial observations from ground-based telescopes offered tantalizing clues. It was active, unlike Oumuamua, with a fuzzy coma of gas and dust. This led to its classification as a comet, but the clues were already pointing to something strange. It was showing this activity while it was still incredibly far out, beyond the orbit of Jupiter, where the sun's warmth is feeble. This was the first hint of its strange, carbon dioxide-rich composition. As it journeyed closer, traveling at a blistering speed of over 130,000 miles per hour, more of its weird personality began to show. Its trajectory was another puzzle. While it was moving against the flow of the planets in a retrograde orbit, it was almost perfectly aligned with the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where all the planets orbit. The chances of an interstellar object arriving with such a specific alignment are incredibly slim, something like 1 in 500. Then there was its light. Photometric data revealed something truly mind-bending. The object's brightness was changing with a stunningly precise periodicity, brightening and dimming every 7.2 hours. But this wasn't the gentle, chaotic tumbling of an irregularly shaped space rock. The light curve was sharp, more like a lighthouse beam sweeping across the solar system. What could cause such a thing? Was it a bizarrely shaped object spinning perfectly on one axis, or something else entirely? The questions were piling up, and the world's most powerful telescopes were all turning to get a closer look. Hubble provided stunning images, estimating its size to be anywhere from a few hundred feet to perhaps 3.5 miles wide. But to really understand what was going on, astronomers needed the unparalleled power of the James Webb Space Telescope. They needed to see its chemical soul, and when they finally got that data, the exciting curiosity about a new visitor turned into a profound sense of unease. The earlier clues were strange, but no one was prepared for what Webb would find in its heart. Natural wonder, or something more. When the James Webb data confirmed the nickel without iron anomaly, the absence of a natural explanation pushed scientists into uncomfortable territory. They had to ask, if this isn't natural, then what is it? The composition is baffling. In nature, you don't get one without the other. To separate nickel from iron requires an industrial process, like smelting. It's a hallmark of manufacturing. The high concentration of carbon dioxide is also a major clue. It suggests 3I Atlas was formed in an environment far colder and perhaps exposed to higher levels of radiation than our own solar system. It paints a picture of a parent star system, dramatically different from ours, with a unique chemistry and formation process we have never seen before. This object is a genuine piece of another solar system, a sample delivered to our doorstep, and it's telling us that the galaxy is a far more diverse and strange place than we ever imagined. Then there is the acceleration and the pulsing light. The force pushing 3I Atlas remains a complete mystery. Some have speculated about the pressure of sunlight pushing on an object that is incredibly thin and light, perhaps like a solar sail. This was an idea floated for Oumuamua as well, But Atlas has a visible coma, which complicates that theory. The lighthouse-like pulse every 7.2 hours is even harder to explain. A natural rock doesn't typically behave like that. This combination of anomalies has, of course, led to some very speculative, and for many, very exciting theories. Could this be a piece of extraterrestrial technology, a probe, a relic, or even cosmic debris from an alien civilization? Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, a proponent of considering technological origins for objects like Oumuamua, has pointed out that the sheer number of anomalies associated with 3I Atlas makes it difficult to dismiss the possibility out of hand. The nickel without iron signature, the unexplained acceleration, the strange trajectory, and the pulsing light. Taken together, they paint a portrait of something truly extraordinary. It's a scientifically honest position to say that its nature remains unsettled. Now, let's bring this down to Earth for a moment. The thing is, when you see something this strange, you have to wonder what it means for us. Are we missing some key details about how comets work? Is there some exotic, unknown physics at play that can explain all these things naturally? That is certainly the hope for many scientists. They are working on models that could potentially explain one or two of the anomalies. Perhaps a bizarre collision in its home system stripped away the iron. Maybe a unique spin state could create the pulse. But finding a single natural explanation that elegantly solves all of the mysteries at once is proving to be incredibly difficult. The data from Webb didn't solve the puzzle of 3I Atlas. It made the puzzle infinitely more complex. It's an object that whispers of a universe far stranger than our theories. A universe that might just contain things we aren't ready to understand. This single object challenges our core beliefs, forcing a choice between rewriting physics or admitting we may not be alone. What Atlas means for humanity. So, where does this leave us? We are faced with a visitor from another star that defies easy explanation. On one hand, 3I Atlas could be a cosmic coincidence, a 1 in a billion natural fluke that just happens to exhibit a whole suite of bizarre characteristics all at once. It's possible that nature has more imagination than we do, and that there are processes in other star systems that can create objects like this. If that's the case, then 3I Atlas is a scientific goldmine. It's a messenger that tells us our models of comet and planet formation are incomplete. It forces us to go back to the drawing board and rethink the fundamental chemistry and physics that govern the universe. It expands our understanding of what's possible in the cosmos, and that in itself is a profound and exciting revelation. It means the universe is more diverse, more complex, and more surprising than we ever gave it credit for. But what if it's not a fluke? The alternative is a possibility that is both exhilarating and deeply unsettling. If this object is not 100% natural, it implies that someone, or something, out there built it. It would mean that the chemical signature that looks industrial is industrial. It would mean the unexplained acceleration is a form of propulsion. And it would mean the pulsing light is a signal or a function. We have to be clear. This is extreme speculation. There is no direct proof of technology. But what the James Webb data has done is move that idea from the realm of pure science fiction into the category of a possibility that cannot be scientifically dismissed. The data is so strange that it forces us to consider even the most extraordinary explanations. What many overlooked is that science isn't about what we want to believe. It's about following the evidence wherever it leads, no matter how uncomfortable the destination. The truth is, 3I Atlas is worse than we expected, because it shatters our sense of cosmic normalcy. We expected a simple space rock, and we got a paradox. We expected answers, and we got a flood of new, more profound questions. This isn't just about one strange comet anymore. It's about our place in the universe. Objects like this are estimated to pass through our solar system about once a year, but only now do we have the technology like the James Webb Space Telescope to study them in such incredible detail. How many more impossible objects have we missed? 3I Atlas is a wake-up call. It's a sign that the universe we thought we knew is just the tip of a much larger and much weirder cosmic iceberg. 3I Atlas will soon fly past our sun and disappear back into the interstellar darkness, never to be seen again. We are left with its ghostly message, a set of data that defies our reality. What do you think it is? An impossible natural wonder or a sign of something more? Let us know below. Like and subscribe for more cosmic mysteries.